I say the word self-control. How does that sit with you? Self-control can feel like a heavy word, a pressurized word. It can feel like a four-letter word, a word that feels like it belongs to other people, people who seem naturally disciplined, naturally focused, naturally able to resist the things that you struggle with. You know what? You are deeply aware of the moments when you slip. And that awareness is actually a strength. That tug, that impulse, that internal whisper that says, I need something right now. Or it says, today was too much. I deserve this. Or just this time, it won't matter. But then it does matter because afterwards, you're left holding the weight, the frustration, the guilt, disappointment, where you say to yourself, I should have been stronger. I want you to hear this. You are not weak. You're not broken. You're human. Real self control has absolutely nothing to do with perfection. Most people think that self control means forcing yourself to resist temptation just by willpower. They think it means flawless discipline, perfection, white knuckling your way through every trigger. That's not real self control. Real self control is this: the ability to pause long enough to choose what's important instead of what feels urgent. That's it. Self control isn't harsh, it's not rigid, it's definitely not all or nothing. It's simply the ability to slow the moment down so that you can see what's actually happening. And the beautiful thing is, you don't even have to get it right every time in order for it to change your life. So, why does the urge feel so overpowering? Let's talk about that. The moment where self-sabotage shows up, you get that rush of emotion, the craving for relief, the need for escape, for comfort, quiet. You find yourself saying, I couldn't stop myself. I just reacted. Or you say, I don't even know why I did that. I didn't even like that. I didn't even enjoy it. It doesn't mean that you're broken. It does not mean that you're broken, in case you didn't hear that. And it doesn't mean that you're sabotaging yourself on purpose. It means your brain is doing what it was designed to do. Your critter brain is always scanning for discomfort, whether it's emotional or physical. And the moment it senses any amount of tension, it wants the fastest way out, the quickest relief, the easiest numbing. And urgency knows exactly how to offer that relief. Urgency is loud, it shouts, it pushes, it demands. Urgency says to you, fix this feeling now. And honestly, when you act on urgency, you do get relief briefly. But then afterward, that same urgency now leaves you with something heavier: regret, frustration, or just that overwhelming feeling that you failed again. Meanwhile, the important things, the choices that support your health, your peace, your long term goals, they don't shout, they whisper. Drink some water, take a breath, stick with what you planned. Take one small step instead of escaping. Urgent things scream at you. The important things invite you. Urgency gives immediate relief. Importance gives you lasting peace. Learning to distinguish the two is the key to transformation. It's at the heart of transformation. And feeling does not mean that you're failing. Maybe this will help shift things for you. Having an urge does not mean that you're failing. Feeling discomfort does not mean that you lack discipline. And wanting relief, wanting quick relief, doesn't mean that you don't have self-control. It means that you're human because people go through that. Urges are normal, cravings are normal. Emotional overwhelm is normal. You can feel the pull, the urgency, without following it. And you can feel discomfort without trying to escape it. The key is not to get rid of the feeling. That's what we did in the past, but that's not what we need to do. The key is slowing down long enough to notice instead of obey. Slow down long enough to notice the feeling instead of obeying the feeling. One breath can create that pause. And that pause can change the entire trajectory of that moment. You have to be willing to take that breath, to take that pause. Every time you pause, instead of reacting automatically, then you're strengthening the neural pathways in your brain. You're strengthening the part of you that now chooses intentionally. You're not resisting, you're not suppressing, you're not forcing yourself to be perfect. You're simply noticing. And noticing is what gives you power. Because when you notice, then you shift out of autopilot and into awareness. You shift from being frantic to being grounded, from feeling urgency to having intention. The tiny pause is where strength grows. And let me explain it to you in a way that's kind of cool. I think you'll get it. Imagine that you're holding a balloon, and the balloon represents your long-term goal, your health, your peace, your confidence, emotional steadiness, your weight loss. The version of you who honors her needs instead of her impulses. Now, imagine a tiny pin. I don't have one here, but imagine I have the balloon and a pin. The pin is what represents urgency. It's the craving. It's the emotional overwhelm, the old familiar habit, the saying to yourself, just for now, I'll continue on later. I'll start again later. Or the I don't care right now. The balloon doesn't pop unless the pin actually touches it. So all of those feelings can be there next to the balloon. Your goal stays intact unless you act on the urge. You can feel the urge, even a strong one, and nothing breaks, right? The pin is here. Nothing's going to break that balloon if you're just feeling the urge. The only time progress gets disrupted is when the urgency makes contact with the balloon, when you react instantly. But when you have the pin, the emotions, if you pause, it's going towards the balloon. And if you pause even briefly, a breath, 2 seconds, a moment of noticing, you set the pin down. And when the pin is no longer touching the balloon, your goals stay safe. Your future stays intact. Your progress stays protected. The magic is not in being perfect. The magic is the pause. The magic is putting the pin down. This is the heart of self-control. Self-control is not about doing everything right. It's not about denying yourself comfort. It's not about forcing yourself into discipline. It's about recognizing that this is my urgency talking. This is discomfort. This is temporary. And then ask yourself, what's important right now? Urgency keeps you stuck. Importance moves you forward. One brings instant relief, and the other one brings you long-term peace. And the truth is this, the discomfort of staying stuck is way heavier than the brief discomfort of pausing in the moment. You got to trust me on this. You got to try it. Sitting in discomfort is the skill that will change everything. Self-control is really about tolerating a small moment of discomfort long enough so that you can choose intentionally. When the urge hits, you pause, you breathe, and you name it. This is an urge. It will pass. This is urgency, not importance. I can feel this without reacting. I choose what aligns with the life I'm building. This is not about perfection, okay? It's not about perfection. It's about building capacity slowly, consistently, and compassionately. And every time you do this, you strengthen trust in yourself. Every pause is proof of growth. Every intentional movement rewires the pattern. It rewires the neural pathways in your brain so that you start making new choices instead of continually choosing the old habits. You don't need flawless discipline. You don't even need to win every moment. You don't need to stop having urges because everybody has urges. It's not about stopping them. You don't even need to try harder. You don't need to work harder. You just need one thing. Pause long enough to choose what truly matters. So the next time you feel the urgency rising, and it will, remember the balloon only pops when the pin touches it. You can feel the urge without giving it power. You can experience discomfort without escaping it. And you can choose the important over the urgent. Not perfectly, not even effortlessly, but intentionally. And that is where the real lasting change begins. It's not in the moment after, it's in the moment before.